is stupidity. That's right, today it's stupidity. This article was submitted by Ryu. Yes, this article was submitted by Ryu last night. As he presented this article to me, in which I couldn't access it earlier because internet. Go figure. Anyway, this article is about Jeopardy. Jeopardy slammed over sexist "What Women Want" category. Yeah, you know what? Let's get something totally out the way. First, let's just do this. One of the most loved game shows is being heavily criticized over a recent category, "What Women Want." Many answered, "What is sexist?" Rather than focus on serious topics like equal rights or significant achievements of women, the news section was filled with stereotypes of housework, fitted jeans, and Pilates. The hashtag "What Women Want" began to spread on Twitter. Of course. Users posted things like, "A show that aims at being smart. Hashtag "What Women Want" is equal pay and bodily autonomy. Hashtag sexist. And hashtag "What Women Want" what is equal pay? What is the right to make my own health decisions? What is treated like a human? And even actress Sophia Bush chimed in saying, "For a smart show, you just got seriously stupid. And for a so-called actress that I don't know who the fuck you is, you need to go back to grammar school because you need to spell the word seriously." Earlier this year, Alex Trebek was accused of being gender biased. Someone claimed the 74-year-old acts much more surprised when a woman wins. And when they win constantly, he brands it a battle between sexes, not an ordinary winning streak. And then he said this to Fox News. Women contestants, when it comes to a daily double, seem to want to wager because they figure, oh, this is the household money for grocery money, the rent money. Research has suggested that women do wager less than men in the game, but we promise you, Mr. Trebek, it isn't they're too worried they won't be able to go grocery shopping. Okay, first off, as a game show watcher since the age of 5 and up to now, I have to say this. The world's too fucking anal, okay? You're freaking you're too anal. That's the issue here. When you bitch over a game show that has been here for about since like the 60s or so, you have no right to bitch and whine about one damn category. Especially if you were a viewer of the series for a long time. And then you're going to whine about this because, oh, it's about this. Well, to think about it, the world has gotten too politically correct for their own good. Because they want to cry over it, they want to bitch about it, they want to take off on their show just because, oh, we don't like it because it sounds so sexist. Get over yourself. Seriously, get over yourself. Jeopardy is one of those few good game shows that are still on network TV. There's Price is Right. There is Jeopardy. Wheel of Fortune. Family Feud, and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. There are only 5 game shows that are still running. The only 5 good game shows that are still running on network TV. Game shows, not reality shows. Game shows like Sale of the Century, Scrabble, Card Sharks, Let's Make a Deal. Oh yeah, I forgot that's still on the air. Let's Make a Deal is number 6. I forgot about that one. They have many hosts over the years. The many shows I mentioned have many hosts over the years. But the ones I mentioned, like Jeopardy, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I can name another one. Pressure Luck. Those game shows have many hosts, but they kept the people entertained for as long as the genre existed. Sadly, when I feel about this subject, it's just that, you basically are too anal about it. I have to say, this is like the most stupidest article I've ever read, because it's about something that I enjoy watching sometimes on TV. I usually watch, I watch a few game shows on TV, but not as many as I usually watch. Hell, I used to watch, when it really was on TV, I used to watch, the 25 and $100,000 Pyramid. Of course, I said this, Scrabble, Classic Concentration, and most of these shows I had when, Game Tech had license to them. I've watched Wheel of Fortune like almost on a religious basis. I've watched Card Sharks, Trivia Trap. Like I mentioned, Let's Make a Deal. The Monty Hall version and the Wayne Brady version. Tic-Tac-Doe. Double Dare, Finders Keepers, Make the Grade. Yes, they all count as game shows. Get the Picture. I've watched so many game shows, even Supermarket Sweep and Shop Till You Drop. I've watched pretty much just about any game show that I didn't mind watching, even Super Jeopardy, Trivial Pursuit, and even Monopoly. And I can tell you, they have kept me pretty damn smart for over a few decades. Because some things I've learned not from school, but by game shows. Because I watched game shows when I was growing up. So basically, this is a very stupid article. And I'm not saying this because it was sent to me. I'm not shooting the messenger. No. I'm not shooting the messenger. And I will say this: don't feel bad about looking at this article and calling it what it is. I call it as I see it. That's all there is to it. The thing about this article is, when you post one category, and it's about, and you're just playing a freaking game show. You're on a game show, or you're watching a game show. Why the fuck do you have to feel like you're, I don't know, like you've been insulted because of one thing? That's the problem I feel is something we had to work on. as a state of human society, need to get over the fact that not everything has to feel like it's aimed towards you. And I'm sorry to say, but it's kind of, and it really is stupid. You're wasting your time, energy, and possibly even, dare I say, everybody else's, because you wanted to post something that was said on Jeopardy. I couldn't even imagine if there was a puzzle on Wheel of Fortune and it had the word cunt in it, and all of a sudden, you offend me! And in advance, my apologies if I have said it and it sounded like it was a curse word. But to women, to some women who can take it, yeah, it's a curse word. To some who are grown up, they kind of understand, they're mature. But I'm sorry to say that. It's like if you watch Wheel of Fortune and there was that word, that four-letter C word that I just uttered, then yeah, it'd be just as bad as saying, I don't know, saying any kind of racial slur that can be popped off the top of my head, but I don't want to, disrespect anybody out of character, creed, or belief. But as you can tell, yeah, this is stupid. This is honestly stupid. This is what kills good TV. Because we use the internet far too often. And we take any little thing that seems out of proportion very, very, very seriously. We take it too seriously. Besides, I feel that game shows are the last source of good entertainment. I mean, besides, to me, it is the last source of good entertainment. That's my opinion. I mean, you have the comedies, which is kind of a dying breed now. You have reality shows, which can be somewhat of an eyesore. You got dramas that are kind of hit and miss. You got movies that do the same as dramas, they're hit and miss. And then you got the miscellaneous type, like anime, toku, and whatnot, stuff that we like to watch. We community people like to watch. We like to watch stuff, that doesn't make sense. And even now, yeah, I'm sorry to say this, but you question too much about, why. It's best not to question why. Just go with it, That's all I'd say. It's the same thing with Jeopardy. Just go with it. You don't have to feel like you were threatened by this one answer. This one answer that somehow changed your life or has threatened the very existence of what you worked so hard for. It's just silly. It's just honestly stupid. And on top of that, why for you be stupid? So, what I honestly think, this is probably the most idiotic kind of stupidity I've ever seen aimed at local TV in a long while. So with that, let's read some of these. Time to exercise, perhaps a class in this discipline named for founder Joseph, who initially called it controlology. A few moments of quiet to do this, especially the one edited by Will Shorts in the New York Times. A pair of jeans that fit well like the 525s from this brand. Some help around the house. Would it kill you to get those? Would it kill you to get out the Bissell bagless cancer ones of these every once in a while? Again. And I will also say this. Come on, you've seen streaks come and go. And the longest streak that ever happened in game show history happened on Jeopardy. And that was done by Ken Jennings. Okay? I mean, I've seen longer streaks, like on Pressure Luck. Like, I've never seen a man actually won over $100-something. And then it caused a big stink in the 80s, especially on the network, because on my end it was on CBS, so therefore it caused a real big stink on CBS. But just to think about it, that should not be any surprise. I mean, if you're much of a cable watcher as I am, and mind you, I've seen longer streaks. I've seen short streaks. I've seen streaks that might end on one day just because they don't want to take a risk. It's like you watch Sale of the Century. The later season, they have the contestant has a choice of either they want to either, take the prize and go home, or continue the streak until they have everything. And sometimes it might take 13 shows. It might take less than that. But all they have to do is keep winning and make sure that they keep winning. And they can accumulate as many prizes in the main game as they would in the after game. Or even, say, Blockbusters. I almost forgot about that one. Blockbusters is basically all, it's a trivia game with letters. Okay? And you basically make, you just make it from end to end. And of course, Blockbusters have two sides. I mean, the Cullen version had 1 versus 2, which is a single player versus a family pair. Then the later version, it was just 1-on-1. I forgot the host of the later version, but he was prior to in between Jim Perry and Bob Eubanks. I forgot his name. Bill Rafferty. Bill Rafferty, that's his name. Bill Rafferty. So, therefore, just to say that, it's stupid. I mean, like I said, there have been streaks longer than that. And to say, I said sexist, being sexist have nothing to do with it. I said, a woman can win just as much as a man on a game show. Any kind of game show, you name it. A woman can win just as much of a man, and even more so. We're just going to rule out Deal or No Deal because it's all pressure. That's all it is. You're just playing a game of pressure. But as I said before, in this age, none of this should come as any big surprise because, like I said before, if a woman doesn't do a true daily double, there are a few women who can do a true daily double. But that's only because they have something called guts. They have much guts as men do. And some of the men on the show who do that. But there's only few instances. However, in this case, what I can also say is that you can't judge a show just because of one category. That's just simply stupid. One category does not take down the entire show. And I feel people should honestly learn to know when not to take things so seriously. I mean, granted, opinion is fine. Opinion is okay. But don't start slamming the show just because of one category. That's just silly. Well, I think I said enough about this article. Because I'm definitely gonna put this up a little before I go to work. So if you have any, and I do mean any kind of thoughts, feedback about this article, please do share in the comments. I want to know what you think about this. And if you want to carry on a conversation about it, please do so. I welcome it. I don't mind sharing a conversation, so as long as I have the time to do so. So until next time, I've been the Tenkaichi of Gaming, Pookie7, and this article was about Jeopardy! Take care, God bless, and of course, Tenkai Muso!